Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a fun theme team in the Great League. And this theme team is the Spooky theme team, also known as the Halloween theme team, and it is featuring some of the new ghost Pokemon that were just released. So for this team on the save switch, we do have our GOURGEIST, and it is running FIREBLAST, and as our closer we do have TREVENANT, which we did try out yesterday and is absolutely incredible. And on the lead we have old reliable SCRAFTY rounding out the bunch. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at the Spooky theme team in action. Absolutely incredible lead SCRAFTY into Bastiodon, and they're going to bring in Meganium. Now here, I was thinking I probably need to get some chip damage, so I'm just going for the power-up punch to get some chip, and now I'm going to bring in GOURGEIST. And I'm hoping that with that chip damage that it should now be in Shadow Ball range, as Frenzy Plant and Earthquake are both going to be resisted. I'm going to overfarm on the GOURGEIST because, as I mentioned, both Frenzy Plant and Earthquake are going to be resisted, so we can comfortably tank 2 Frenzy Plants, going for the Shadow Ball, and that will take them out. Now the Bastiodon will come back in, and I am going to try and get to the FIREBLAST, and I just fall short, so I am just going to be going for that Shadow Ball, which still does do a solid chunk of damage. And we'll bring in the SCRAFTY, and they have Shadow Victory Bell in the back, and we're going to bring in our TREVENANT. And as you can see, these Shadow Claws are doing a ton of damage to this Shadow Victory Bell. These Shadow Claws absolutely chunking that Victory Bell, and since TREVENANT is very spammy, we're going to be able to spam out these Seed Bombs, and we're actually able to get to a third that will be taking out the Shadow Victory Bell, and from there, the Bastiodon resigns the match, and we're able to 2-shield flex. Alright, hopping into the next match. We have SCRAFTY into Defense Deoxys. This is a pretty bad lead, but we have 2 good responses in the back. And we're going to bring in the GOURGEIST, and they have SCRAFTY. Now, SCRAFTY is pretty tough for my team to handle, but the nice thing is with FIREBLAST will hit very hard on the save switch. FIREBLAST lands, and it does huge damage to the SCRAFTY. Now, SCRAFTY is forced to throw because at this range, a Shadow Ball would be taking them out. So they're going to be forced to throw. And now I'm going to bring in my own SCRAFTY, and we're going to counter down. Now here we should be able to reach the Foul Play. Foul Play will be hitting for some nice super effective damage. And then we can bring in the TREVENANT. In comes the TREVENANT, and they have Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So this is very winnable. This is going to be whether we're able to successfully land the Shadow Ball. We do go for it, and we get the shield. That is definitely unfortunate. We are able to sneak through the Shadow Claw, which is very nice. They'll, of course, just go straight Rock Slide here. And now we're actually going to be going for the Seed Bomb bait. Going for the bait, and we get the shield. That is so nice. We're able to successfully shield bait, and now we can land the Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball will be doing a nice chunk of damage onto this Galarian Stunfisk. TREVENANT hits very, very hard. That does big damage there. And we are going to be shielding this up. I am expecting the switch into Deoxys, and we're able to catch onto the SCRAFTY. That is absolutely huge. We're able to catch the Psycho Boost where it's going to be resisted, and they're forced to throw onto my SCRAFTY again because I was going to be able to get to a move. They go for the Thunderbolt to take me out. TREVENANT able to farm down the Deoxys, and we leave with the move, and we'll be able to take out the 1 HP Stunfisk and get the win. So pretty rough lead, pretty rough swap, but we're still able to get the job done. All right, hopping into the next match. Skarmory. Yeah, there's a reason why this team is more of a theme team and less of a team you should climb with, because it is triple week to Skarmory. So this isn't great, but we're able to land the Foul Play, which is very, very nice, because that does a nice chunk of damage. We are going to be going for the Power-Up Punch, and I am hoping that the Power-Up Punch plus the counters will take it out, and it does. They fall just short of the move. They bring in Azu. I'm going to save switch into the GOURGEIST, and unfortunately, since I don't have Seed Bomb on my GOURGEIST, I actually don't have a great Azu matchup, but the fact that they're staying in should hopefully be a good sign. I am going to be building up quite a bit of energy and going for the Shadow Ball, and we're able to get the shield. That is pretty nice. Here, we're just going to let this go. They didn't switch out, so my guess is they may be weak to ghost and grass types in the back, which means Trevenant should hopefully have a lot of play. Now, we are going to wait our clock. We're going to bring in the Trevenant. And now we're just going to start spamming out these seed bombs. Since we have Shadow Claw, we get to these charge moves so quickly, and we are able to apply a lot of pressure onto the Azumarill. We shield up the Ice Beam. We can survive it, but we do want to try and preserve some health if at all possible. And these Shadow Claws are actually starting to chunk as well. Going for the Seed Bomb, able to get it low, and they have Shadow Swampert in the back, so they are weak to grass in the back. We are going to be able to one-shot the Swampert with the Seed Bomb. They bring back in Azumarill, and we're able to catch onto the Scrafty, and this game is over. And now we're able to counter down the Azumarill and get the win. Let's go! All right, Scrafty into Wobbuffet. This is a bad lead. We have two great responses. We're going to bring in GOURGEIST, and they bring in Chansey, and I am now worried because this is looking like a timeout team. So basically, the strategy is to run 3 of the bulkiest possible Pokemon. As you see, that Fire Blast does absolutely nothing to Chansey. Chansey is so incredibly tanky, but also doesn't hit very hard. So we're just going to spam out as many Fire Blasts as we can, because switch advantage will be very important, because typically these timeout teams are run in an ABB style, so there's probably another normal type in back, so my guess would be probably an XL Lickitung. We are going to let that Psychic go through, and then I believe 2 more Fire Blasts should just about take it out. So we're going for the first here. Fire Blast comes through. That does a nice chunk of damage. And now we're building up, and we're going for the bait. We're hoping they're going to shield and try and maintain switch advantage, but they call my bait. This is absolutely terrible for me here, as I absolutely need to win switch advantage. I cannot have Scrafty going up against the Wobbuffet, and they still don't shield. Things are looking so rough for me. I am going to shield here, and now we're building up, and we're going to be going for another Shadow Ball. And this should be taking them out. They do shield it up, though. Come on, GOURGEIST, get there. Oh, this is rough. This is rough. This is so close. We need this switch advantage, and we're going to be going for the Shadow Ball. We're hoping they decide to save the shield, because if we can get switch, we have a chance. And they let it go. They give us switch advantage. They bring in the Wobbuffet. They're able to farm us down with double resisted counters, but now we're able to align Trevenant with the Wobbuffet. This is absolutely massive, as Mirror Coat is going to do absolutely nothing to us. We're going to overfarm, and they make an amazing catch. I overfarmed so they wouldn't catch, and they still catch a Shadow Ball, and it is Lickitung in the back, but since we've won switch advantage, we are in a commanding position to win this match. Now, this match has been going on for a while, so timeout could be a factor. The nice thing here is after I've powered up my counters one time, I should pretty comfortably be able to farm down and leave with energy to threaten that Wobbuffet. So Wobbuffet comes back in. We're going to be going for the Foul Play. Foul Play does get the shield, and the timer's coming up. Now here, I still have 2 Pokemon left alive, so if I can burn the timer, I win. We survive the return, we go for the power-up punch. This will burn the rest of the game clock. Time expires, and we are able to get a very narrow timeout win. All right, hopping into the next one. We have Scrafty into Drapion. This is a pretty nice lead for us, and they safe switch into Obstagoon. I'm definitely not sure about this play, but I will happily take the sacrifice of their Obstagoon, as we are going to shield up. I'm expecting them to cross chop here, and we're just going to farm down. So it looks like they may be double weak to Scrafty, and instead of sacrificing the Drapion, they chose to sacrifice the Obstagoon. Let's see what's in back. It's Defense Deoxys. So Defense Deoxys is their hard punish. I'm immediately going to safe switch into the GOURGEIST, because we have 2 great responses to the Defense Deoxys. And now we should be able to get a shield back with the Shadow Ball, and then their switch clock should be up, and they'll be able to switch. In comes the Drapion. I am going to farm up, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to reach the Fire Blast before they get to the Crunch, which will take me out. But now I can again align it with my Scrafty, and we're going to start ramping up these counters to do as much damage as possible. The first power-up punch does not do a lot, but after we do more, this damage is really going to start to eat up. I do shield up there, which is very nice. We're able to successfully shield the Sludge Bomb, going for the power-up punch. Now we're going for the counter down there. We're just not able to get there. The question is this a Sludge Bomb or a Crunch? And it's just the Crunch. They're not able to make it. They bring in the Defense Deoxys, and we have Trevenant. And Trevenant is doing absolutely massive damage with those Shadow Claws, and we're going for the Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb just barely does not KO, but we will be able to farm down. They go for the Psycho Boost. They'll be able to get to the back-to-back. The Psycho Boost do hurt quite a bit, but we are able to survive that. And now that Drapion is very low and gets Shadow Clawed down. So good game to my opponent there. We're able to sneak out the narrow victory. All right, hopping in the next match. We have Scrafty into Swampert. We have 2 Grass types in the back. We are going to be switching out, and they bring in the Skarmory. Now here, I just need to get to the Fire Blast. Now, I did get the Hex through, so if we survive this move, we can Fire Blast, and it kills me. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely horrendous for me. A huge misplay. I thought I was going to be able to live the Sky Attack, and I'm not able to do so. That is so bad. We're going to be going for the foul play. We do get the shield, and I'm going to shield back myself because I need to get rid of this Skarmory. And we're going to try and go for a foul play, and my opponent does a very nice catch. They are able to catch the foul play onto their Swampert, and I'm going to bring in my Trevenant, and we're going to be going for that Seed Bomb right away to hopefully take them out. So Seed Bomb comes through, that takes them out, and they bring in Galarian Stunfisk. I'm not quite sure why they're not bringing in the Skarmory, but maybe they're just bringing in the Galarian Stunfisk to avoid having to match that up against the Scrafty. But either way, we are happy to have this alignment as Shadow Ball does big damage there. And now we're going to be going for the Seed Bomb to apply some nice pressure and hopefully get that shield. We are able to get the shield, which is very nice. And here I'm thinking Scrafty can clutch this for me. We're going to let this go. We're going to trust in Scrafty to win us this match. And here I get a little worried. I thought I was going to be able to farm down, but I chicken out. I throw the power-up punch, and they still get to a move. This is so bad for me. I desperately need to get to the power-up punch versus the Stunfisk. Stunfisk comes back in, and we're just able to get to the power-up punch. So a misplay by me going for the power-up punch versus the Skarmory, but we're able to get the job done and get a very narrow win. All right, hopping to the next match. Terrible lead. Scrafty and a Medicham, but we have 2 good responses in the back. We save swap GOURGEIST, and they bring out Lickitung. Now, this is a pretty terrible matchup, but we do have Fire Blast, which hits for some heavy neutral damage, and they actually shield up the Fire Blast. Honestly, that works really well for me. I will happily take my shield advantage because since they've preserved a lot of health, we should be able to farm all the way down with our Scrafty. Unfortunately, I can't get to the Fire Blast. My opponent wisely threw their energy, so I wouldn't be able to get that damage off. So now we're going to go for a very ambitious farm with Scrafty. My goal is to hopefully leave with 100 energy so I can fire off 2 foul plays the Medicham and help get it low. Since this Lickitung does have a decent amount of energy, I will probably have to expend a shield, but since the Lickitung already shielded, I'm totally fine with being at even shields here. So we are going to be shielding this up, and then we are going to be countering down. We're over the energy cap, but we leave with 100, which is where I want it to be, and now we'll be able to get some damage off onto the Medicham. First foul play comes through. Man, XL Medicham is bulky. That does not do a lot of damage. Second foul play, and we're going to bring in the Trevenant, and they have Bastiodon in back. So it is the Medicham double tank team. We are going for the Shadow Ball right away. I'm not expecting them to shield the first one. We land it, and that does a nice chunk of damage. Unfortunately, they are able to reach the Flamethrower, and I will have to shield this up. So I have used my last shield, and here I'm going to try and go for a shield bait with the Seed Bomb. I am hoping that we can get the shield and land the Shadow Ball, but my opponent calls the bait. Very nicely done. I'm going to overfarm as much as I dare, and we're at the back-to-back Seed Bombs. Let's see if they do decide to shield. They let it go. They're trusting in the Medicham. I'm nervous about a move, so I switch, and I'm able to catch onto the Scrafty. We're able to catch. They went for the power-up punch, and Scrafty able to counter down. And with the low health Trevenant in the back, we are able to get the win. So all in all, I had a lot of fun with the spooky theme team. It's not a team I would personally recommend running if you're looking to climb rank, but I had a lot of fun with it, and you know what? It really helped me get into the Halloween spirit. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible, so thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.